Alright guys, it's John Chicken Chip Farms back with you. Today we've got the Gforce Arms GF1 back, and we're going to put on this magazine extension. Now they have a 7 and they also have an 8 shot. This is a 7. I'll put a link in the description where I got this. Came from Midway. I think it was $48. There's some parts in here that I'm not going to use, and you'll see that I've already actually put the extension on. So there'll be some cuts here and there for some issues we ran into. But yeah, I went with the 7. So with the 7 installed, it actually does not go to the end of the barrel, and I think the 8 shot goes just over the end of the barrel. But I figured 7 was enough, so that's why I went with the 7. So we're gonna go ahead and show you how we did this. First thing, obviously, you want an empty shotgun, because you don't want to kill yourself while you're doing this. So I'm going to release the bolt here. There we go. Now, real quick, like I said, I've already had the extension on here, so this is not going to work quite the same way for you. So this spring's actually going to come out when I take this off. Yours will not do that. And we'll cut to the you know, what we had to do to get this to work, because we could not get this magazine tube off. So remove your hand guard. Now you're going to want to remove your barrel. There you go. Now another tricky part here. Alright guys, now we've got to get this bolt handle out. Now, from what I've heard, they've changed this bolt around a little bit, so there's supposed to be a release on it. Mine does not have the release, so what we're going to have to do here is line it up right here with this, if you can see it there. See this little notch right? Whoop, sorry. See this little notch right here? You're going to have to line the bolt up right there, and then you just pop that out, pry it out. So what we're going to use is a screwdriver. There's a notch on the bolt right back here. We're going to use something here so we don't gouge up the frame. And this thing will probably shoot off in there somewhere. That's what it did to me before. All right. I said this is not the most fun thing in the world, guys. It really is a pain, but there it goes. All right, once you've done that, everything will just come right out. So there you go. Slide that off and out of the way. Zoom back out so you can see this here. All right, now normally, pick that back up. All right, normally, guys, you're supposed to be able to spin this off, all right, or spin this off. Many of you, including me, have had this problem where it doesn't come off. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut in the video of what we did, how we improvised to get this off. And it worked for us. It may not work for you guys. It was a little creative, but we did it, so it does work. So we're going to cut to that, and then I'm going to go ahead and reassemble this. Alright guys, we're working on our magazine extension, but we've run into an issue, obviously, that a lot of you have had. This barrel tube right here, you're supposed to be able to just spin off. Mine will not spin off. I've tried just about everything. It won't move. So we're going to try to figure out a different way to do this. See, and the reason you have to take this off is to get the spring out, because you have to cut a tiny bit off of the end here where it's got the it's actually beveled in here. It stops the spring, and you have to remove that to use the extension. So what we're trying to do is use a cork to push the spring back enough that I can trim this edge off, and, you know, not mess up the spring, because the spring in here, you should be able to reuse with the extension. At least that's what most everybody did. I did not go with the eight round. I went with the 7-round extension, which I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit for, but either way, this has to be done to use any of them. So I will probably pick up an 8-rounder in the future and see how it works with the barrel. So it's the 7-round is definitely shorter. But we're gonna try this and see if we can get this cut off this little end here. Take that bevel out. And I said this might help you guys. I said I would not recommend using one of these because it's the worst thing in the world. I'd use a regular, but we're just using a wine cork here, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys. Here, what we're using is a hose clamp, so we can try to cut this halfway decent. So hopefully our cork stays in there. We'll see. Alright guys, so we did cut through. We went ahead and cut right through the cork too that was holding it. We've got a little bit of, this thing won't focus. We got a little bit of burrs here to clean up. We're going to use our file for that, and then this should come right out. And we've got to make sure we file this up so nothing gets hung up in there. Alright guys, we got this cut down. We got it filed down, cleaned up the inside and the outside. Got our spring out. And if you do it right, and this should just screw right back on like that. Even though you're not using this, you may use it if you decide to get rid of your extension. I don't know why you would. But we got this cleaned up. Once again, we did it without removing this tube because, well, we couldn't remove the tube. So we had to improvise a little, guys. So as soon as I figure out where the follower went, because I'll let it fire off of here, then I'll get this thing put back together. Alright guys, well we're back. We got our tube cut off, and I would definitely suggest a smaller file than the one I was using, but it did work. So we're ready to start assembling it. Now, a couple things here. I did not, well I say in case y'all are wondering, there will be a link in the description for this product if y'all want to use it, but I found it in a few different places. Alright, so here we go. We've got, this is a 7-round. I said 8's a little bit longer. This also comes with a spring. We did not use this spring. Most of the people that have put this in have not used this spring. I don't know if we'll ever need to use it, but like I said, we didn't use it. We used the original spring. We also did not use this follower. I don't see it. I really don't see any reason to use the follower, to be honest with you. Alright, here's the sling mount. I said the Gforce does not come with a sling mount, so I'm excited about that. I just need to look through some of my old stock and see if I have one that can replace this screw right here. I think I do. I just have to look around. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and assemble this again. So we'll keep her there. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. I said the bolt is easy to install. Once again, just make sure you guys make sure you have it lined up here like that. There you go. Now your bolt's in. Now we'll go ahead and lock that in. Everything's fine. Now to put your barrel back on, guys, the bolt has to be forward, and you've got it'll focus here. You've got this little notch right here, and that's going to follow that notch right there in the bolt on the back side, guys. So it's very difficult to do if you do not have your bolt forward. See, there it goes right there in that notch. All right, there it goes. Everything's back together right there. I'll zoom out here so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so now you put your handguard back on. Get it lined up on that channel. There you go. Set in. All right, now, like I said, we're not using the orange follower. We're going to use this little plastic follower that came with it right here. So you're going to do is feed the spring back in here like so. Take your little black cup and put it on the end. New Magizne extension. And try not to mess it up like I'm doing. Let's put the handguard back. Alright. I probably should have told you once you get the barrel back on where it goes. It's actually easier if you lock your bolt back. Alright. I'll lock your bolt back, and that way it doesn't try to push the barrel and everything back out, so you can feed your spring in again. Just like that. And if you cut this off right, obviously it'll screw right on. There we go. And there you go. Like I was saying, I went with the 7-round extension. So at the end of the barrel, there you can see I've got a little room, and I believe the 8-round comes out a little bit farther past the barrel. But there we go. I said we did not use the follower. This is our old cap. And we did not use the spring. All right, there it is. We're gonna go ahead and cut to our first shots with it so you guys can see that, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, we got the Carlson's mag extension on the GF1. This is a 7+1, or it's a 7-round extension. So, you know, I thought about going with the 8-round, but I really didn't want it to stick out past the barrel, so I didn't go that way. We did run into some problems, which we have in the video how we got this on, but all in all it's together. So we're going to try it out and see if it cycles like it's supposed to, or if I need to do some more work in there. First shots with the Magizne extension using Federal. This is a premium 1200 feet per second. There it is, guys. Once again, this has been an excellent shotgun. I really like this. In fact, I'm really thinking about buying a couple more of them. I like it so much. But you saw, that's the extension. And yeah, this is going to be my new home defense shotgun. I have not installed the sling mount that goes here yet, but I will. I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at that. So we appreciate it. I'm going to go back through, disassemble, and everything will be in the video. So, including how we got this to work without being able, we couldn't get the magazine tube off. So how we did this without taking it off. And we appreciate it, guys. We appreciate everybody's support. If you like our videos, please drop a like, subscribe, share them with your friends. We are starting to grow, and we really appreciate everybody and everything that you're doing. Thank you. As you guys can see, our first shots with it functioned flawlessly, and like I said, we're very happy with it. But this has been an excellent shotgun. So what we're going to do now is install the swivel mount, and I will come back and when I've got the other part of the swivel and the sling back on. I said I do not have one yet, and I haven't looked through my stock to see if I have another barrel nut. I believe I do. I'll have to look around. This one really doesn't matter how you install it. I'm gonna put it on this way. It doesn't matter where you put it on here. You don't even have to use it if you don't want to. Like I said, I'm going to use it because I'm going to put a sling on this. So, I said you can put it wherever you want. I imagine I'll probably put it back here. So, there you go. Got our new sling mount attached. But there it is, guys. That's the Gforce GF1, $179 shotgun. Now, so of course, price went up a little bit because we added the tube extension, which was, I think it was $48. I'll put a link in the description. It came from Midway, USA. You can also get it from eBay. I saw it on there for a little bit more. I would not recommend cheaper than dirt because it was not cheaper than dirt. It was a lot more than anybody else had it for. But like I said, there you go, guys. We appreciate everything that you guys have done for us with the likes and subscriptions and sharing our videos. And like I said, we've got some other things we want to do with this shotgun. So, all right, guys, there we go. We appreciate everybody. Come back, stay tuned. We're going to bring you a lot more videos. I'm sure we'll have some more with this shotgun in the future, and we're looking forward to it. Thank you, guys.